Yo my people, it's HBFS and it's your boy Steve Vino. Welcome back again to the channel. In today's video, we will be talking about psychological level, the whole ideology of psychological level, and how you can trade with it as a forex trader. So stay tuned. In today's video, we are talking about everything about psychological level, what it is, the different type of psychological level, and how you can implement the whole concept of psychological level in the forex market. And some time ago we did posted a video on YouTube, and we did mention psychological level, and you guys requested we make a video on psychological level, and that is why we're doing this right now. So you might want to hit the subscribe button if you've not done so, and if you find this video interesting, kindly smash the like button as well. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell for more updates. So let's start with the question of what is psychological levels. Well, psychological levels are market price levels, which are often key levels in the forex market, and oftentimes they are denoted by random numbers. These random numbers oftentimes act as support and resistance level, meaning that instead of going through the whole stress of drawing the support and resistance level, you can just use the psychological level in place of the support and resistance levels. Psychological levels are a product of fundamental human disposition, guys. Humans in general value simplicity, and from a trading perspective, this means that humans in general values whole numbers. So when you talk about psychological levels, you are talking about whole numbers, or you're talking about even numbers. So psychological levels are even numbers, or you can say psychological levels are round off numbers in the forex chart. It's just as easy as that, and oftentimes they are used in place of support and resistance level. It saves you the stress of trying to identify which is a support level and which is a resistance level. Now, like I said, I said psychological levels are product of human disposition. Let me give you an example what this is all about, so that you can better understand what a psychological level is. Let's say you want to buy, let me use an apple for example. Let's say you want to buy an apple, and the seller is, and they're selling the apple for $100. I know apple doesn't cost that much, it's just an example, so relax guys. And let's say you want to buy this apple, and the cost of the apple is $100, and you want to bargain the price because the price seems to be on the high side. And so humans generally, when we are bargaining price as human, we tend to bargain price at an even number or at a whole number. For example, if the person selling the apple is selling at $100, it is only normal for one to price the apple at maybe $80, $90. People will not usually price the apple like, okay, you will not want to say, let me pay $73.7 for the apple. Let me pay $71.6 for the apple. Usually people will tend to go for, let me pay $80 for the apple. Let me pay $60. Let me pay $50, 40, 20, and sometimes people would say, let me pay 70.5, 80.5. So you understand the whole ideology. Humans tend to price at a whole number or at an even number. So that is the whole ideology. So when we implement this whole concept in forex, these levels act as a turning point in the market, and that is why we said psychological levels in the forex market oftentimes can be turned off, and that's why we said oftentimes psychological level acts as support or resistance level in the forex market. Now let's hop into the chart and let's identify this psychological level. So right now, as you can see in my screen, This is GPJPY, the 4-hour daily time, the 4-hour time frame. Now it doesn't really matter what time frame you're using. It doesn't matter. It can be the daily time frame, monthly time frame, weekly time frame, just name it. You can use whatever time frame you want, as long as you are just after the psychological level. Is the same in the 1 minute time frame down to the monthly time frame. It is the same. Like we said, remember, psychological levels are like round of numbers. They are whole number. So, and most times trader tends to call this psychological level as the double zeros, meaning they usually end with zeros. Like I said, their own number, they end with zeros. And we have two types of psychological levels. We have the main psychological levels, and we have the sub psychological levels. Now here on GPJPY 4-hour time frame, let us now identify the psychological level in this chart. So to do that, we pull up our horizontal line and we bring it out. Remember we said they are all numbers. So as you can see, these are the different price levels of GPJPY from the 4-hour time frame. We see 1.520, 1.525, 1.53. And suppose the market is on, as at the time I'm recording this video, it's Saturday, so the market is closed. And right now you see that GPJPY closed at the price level of 151.528. Remember I said if you want to buy a product, people tend to buy product or bargain price at whole number or round off number like 151.0 or 151.5. You don't want to say, okay, let me pay 151.7, 151.3 and all those stuffs. So as we can see on GPJPY, to identify your psychological level, it's quite easy. Just take a look at the current price level, and as you can see on GPJPY, the current price level is 151.528. So let's assume you want to buy GPJPY, just like you want to buy that apple earlier, and you want to bargain the price. Let's say you want to bargain the buying price of GPJPY. So it's normal for me to bargain at an even price. So if we want to bargain this GPJPY, if we want to buy it now, we're going to go for 151 or 152 or 153 at an whole number. So looking at the current price level of GPJPY, I have 151.528. So for you to identify your whole number now, ask yourself which is the closest whole number to 151.528. Which is the closest whole number to 151.528? We have 152 is close to 151.528. We also have 151. So meaning our psychological number here is going to be 151. So we pull out our horizontal line and go to coordinates and just type in 151. I remember I said it's double zero, so 0.000. So click OK. So this is it. So here is an whole number, 151.00. Now the second one you want to pull out is the next psychological level. The next whole number, it simply means an whole number. So the next whole number we have here is 152. So that is it. It's just as simple as this, and this level act as support and resistance level, 152, and you click OK. So we have one here. The one above the price is now acting as a resistance level, and the one below the current price level is now acting as a support level. So let's add more to it. The next one is going to be 153.000. Okay. So okay. So we have one here. So let's add one more psychological level. Next one is going to be 154.000. and you click on OK. So these are the psychological levels. These are just some of the psychological level on GPJPY chart. GPJPY. Now take a look at these levels. Now remember we said they act as support and resistance level. Now this is a psychological level. All these ones here are called the main psychological levels. We have two types. We have the main psychological level and we have the sub psychological level. So these ones here, the ones that end with double zeros or triple zero depending on the pair we're dealing with, are called the main psychological level. And notice how price react at these levels. Here we notice when price got to this level, price expected, you reacted here, got rejected, and price went down. So it acts as a support and at the same time it acts as a resistance level. And look at what happened here. The same thing happened. Price got rejected from here, the same thing happened here, and we saw the same thing happen here, and price came down. And when price got to the next psychological level, the same thing got rejected, pushed off, price broke it, and before the market closed on Friday. So psychological level, they act as support time. So instead of you trying to look out for where is my support level, which is my resistance level, you can just save your stress by using psychological level. You can save yourself by using psychological level instead of trying to figure out where is the right place to draw your support or your resistance level. Now then this, like we said, this is just the main psychological level. We also have sub psychological level, but before we dive into the sub psychological level, I want you to know that the difference between each psychological level is a value of 100 pips, meaning from this psychological level to this psychological level is going to give you 100 pips. From this psychological level to this one here, it's also going to give you 100 pips. So let's pull out our pips and push it up. 100. See, 100. So if you are drawing your psychological level, one way to confirm if it's correct or not is by drawing out your pip tool and your measure tool and measure from one psychological level to the other. Make sure it gives you 100. If it's not 100, then it's not correct. So from one psychological level, from one main psychological level to the other main psychological level is a value of 100 pips. And talking about the sub psychological level, sub psychological level is a price level between two main psychological levels. For example, we have 1.510. Like I said, sometimes if our bargaining price, there are two possible ways we can bargain it. We can decide to, let's say for that apple, you can decide to say, okay, let me buy it $70, or you could decide to say, let me buy it $75. So it's more likely we price at $70 or $75, $100, $90 or $95. So the sub psychological level is a price level between two main psychological level. So to do that, what you just have to do is to subtract this psychological level from this one. It's going to give you the main psychological level. And to do that, let's pull out our resultant line. Here is 151.00 and here is 152.00. So the sub psychological level in between this 151 and 152 is 151.5000. So 151.500. Let's denote it with the blue color. Okay, so this here is a sub psychological level, and as we can see on GPJPY, the current market, just before the market closed, the market was reacting, or the market did react to the sub psychological level. So the sub psychological level between this here and this here, since we have 152.000 153. The sub psychological level is going to be 152.500. 152.500 and okay. So this is it. So the main and the sub psychological levels all act as resistance and support level. This is just a simple way you can identify psychological level, and oftentimes traders do use this psychological level as their entry point, as their exit point, or as their stop levels. In our next video, we'll show you guys how you can trade using the psychological level. And let's go to let's use another pair. This is GPJPY, and let's go for let's say GU. So this is GU chart. This GU chart. Okay, let's use this. So this is GU chart. Let me remove all of this from the chart. So this is GU chart, and the current price level is 1.37653. Now, how do we identify the price, the psychological level here on GU? The same principle we applied on GJ, that is what we're also going to apply. Now, the first thing, look at the current price level before the market close. Market closed at 1.37653. Remember, we said psychological levels ends with 00. It can be 00, 000, and on, depending on the pair we're trading with. So the price ended with 1.37653. Now the next question you're going to ask yourself is, what is the closest whole number, or what is the closest round off number that's close to 1.37653? It's simple. Just merely looking at the number line, the price level here, just taking a look at the price level, one can easily guess the nearest whole number to 1.37653. And so we pull out our horizontal tool and go to coordinates 1.37100. This is a psychological level, and the next psychological level we have is going to be 1.38000. 1.38000. So this is it, guys. So we have one psychological level here, we have another psychological level here, and that is how you're just going to be doing it. So the next one is going to be 1.39. Next one is going to be 1.39. 1.39000. So this is going to be the next psychological level, and on and on and on like that. So this, remember, is the main psychological level. Within the main between two main psychological level, we have sub psychological level, and that you can simply do by subtracting the value of the first psychological level from the value of the second psychological level, and you're going to get the sub psychological level. But it's actually easy. Just looking at the price level, you can just do it. So from here to here, remember we said it's going to be 100 pips. So the distance between one main psychological level to another main psychological level is a value of 100 pips. So you have to confirm here, 100 pips. It must give you 100 pips. Once you pull out the psychological level, and the difference between one main psychological level to the other is not up to 100 pips, know that you are wrong. Know that you are wrong. And okay, let's pull out the sub psychological level here, and as in this case we have 1.3750. that is going to be the next psychological level. 1.37500, and okay. So this here is the sub. Let's change the color this time to red. Let's change it to red. So these here are the main psychological level. Here main psychological level, and this is the sub psychological level. Now notice how price reacted to each of these psychological level. Notice how price reacted to them. Here we got multiple of rejection from this psychological level 1.3900, multiple rejection from it. And at the same time here 1.380 we got rejection from here. And here from the sub psychological level there was rejection from here, there was rejection from here. So like I said, instead of going through the stress of drawing your support and resistance level, trying to find out if that is the true support or resistance level, you can simply use the psychological level in place of the support and resistance level. Draw out your main psychological level and your sub psychological level, and you actually save yourself of the stress of going through the support and resistance stop. Well, in this video we're not showing you how to trade with the psychological level. In our next video we're going to show you how you can trade profitably using the psychological level as your entry point, or as your exit point, or as your stop level. So this is all we have for you guys today. Just before we end the video, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel and do well to turn on the post notification bell for more updates. If you love this content, let us know what you think about it in the comment section. And if you want us to make a video on how you can trade the market with the whole idea of psychological level, also let us know in the comment section. And please do not forget to share with your friends. Do well to follow us on our social media platform on Instagram, Telegram, Twitter. The links to our social media accounts will be in the description, so kindly check the description and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and on Telegram. So this is it guys. See you in the next one. I'm signing out right now. Peace.